Hey, welcome back to another episode of OUTSIDEIN.
Your go-to source for honest conversations about relationships and marriage.
So if you are ready, let's go.
Hello.
Alright,
Welcome back to another
selamat
episode.
kembali kepada episod lagi satu.
Yes. So today I think it's a very interesting topic.
Yes.
We'll be talking about how young is too young to get married.
And all the thoughts behind the whole
Yes.
marriage thing lah kan.
And I think some of you guys also have asked us these questions time and time again, but we don't really have the experience or nor the professionalizations to explain. But now we have.
Yes.
So inshallah we can address that for you lah.
Yes, of course this podcast is brought to you by Lustre.
Elevate your beauty with Lustre's range of skin essentials and supplements. Prioritize your skin health and shine with confidence every day.
Lustre for skin that shines. Don't forget to use our promo code OUTSIDEIN to enjoy $5 off Lustre products.
Yes.
Visit them on www.mylustre.com or 6275-4123. Contact 6275-4123. Maafkan saya.
Also guys.
You can also DM them at Instagram at mylustre.mylife or find them at Facebook and TikTok at mylustre.
That's right.
Right, hari ni kita sungguh
sebelum tu kenapa semua lain?
boleh dengar suara ya?
Okay.
Mesti kucing pasal semua.
Kucing.
Okay, sebelum of course kita sangat bersyukur because we have with us today two social workers from Inspirasi PPIS, Zai dan juga Abang Nasif. Abang. Terima kasih. Thank you so much for joining us today and also for lending your knowledge with us and also sharing with our listeners also lah, insyaAllah.
Inshallah our share will be beneficial.
InsyaAllah, yes. Of course, the topic for today is definitely about young marriages and maybe I can just ask a little bit more about the two of you, about a little bit of your background and what does Inspirasi do.
Okay. Maybe I'll start with myself first. So my name is Nasif. So I'm one of the social workers lah at Inspirasi PPIS. So I've been seeing young couples. Now it's close to 10-11 years lah. So for them wanting to get married kan. So what we do is I meet them. Sometimes I meet their parents as well kan. One-on-one because we want to see we want to help them lah in their marriage preparation kan. So we do marriage preparation work, whether one-on-one counselling or even group-based workshop. And then after that we continue to support them after that for the first 10 years of their marriage lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Biasanya ada support 10 tahun Alhamdulillah. Okay. What about yourself, Zai?
I'm Zai. I've been a social worker in Inspirasi PPIS for close to 5 years, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, so similar to Nasif, I do a marriage preparation program with my couples. But I'm also heavily involved in marriage enrichment.
Okay,
yeah, so there's the 10 years support.
Okay. So far, just to understand about this 10 years marriage about support kan, what do you actually do during these 10 years?
10 years. Okay. I'll explain one part first and then maybe perhaps I can explain the
before we go in depth about the topic lah kan.
Yes. So the 10 years of support. So if let's say for example the couples they need marital counselling, you know, because sometimes they realise alamak nak share with my parents, takut nanti kang berat sebelah ke, or maybe for example or maybe they have issues husband and wife then after that let's say the wife tells the parents. Then after that, let's say the husband and wife dah okay tau. But then, will the wife punya parents still be okay? Right. Or will they still macam feel the luka of whatever that the in-law, son-in-law did to their anak?
Pasal darah daging sendiri dia punya support lain sikit lah. Kan? Lagi daripada...
It's a bit hard lah kalau family members lah.
Yeah, that's why I've ever heard this advice, kalau let's say ada masalah, try your best not to bring in anyone else except for a neutral party. That's what I heard lah. So far Alhamdulillah kita belum melalui suka
hari ni sesuatu
Masya Allah. But yes, kan I dah lupa train of thought.
Then the second part of the
Okay.
consent.
So if what Nasif explained that that's for couples yang ada issues of consent lah, right? So for the another group of couples where they don't have any issues of consent, right? What we have is enrichment programs. Yeah. So for example, for those yang baru berkahwin, we want to celebrate their marriage, their union. So we have a marriage reality. So it's like a brunch session with us, a private one, where although the newly couples all the newly married couples
Pause.
all the newly married couples will be invited. So ada makan-makan and then couple activity as well. Yes, because we noted that they baru kahwin, so a lot of adjustment and challenges. So most of them like no time to spend quality time, right? Busy working, yeah. So we provide that platform lah, space for them. Yeah.
Oh, macam bestnya. Asal kita tak tahu ni Kalau kita sekarang apply boleh tak?
Dah kahwin dah.
Okay, so now back to the topic of young marriages. So this particular activities that you do cater for is for the young couples lah. Generally, how old are they for this? How young are they?
Okay, so we can have as young as 18 years old, kan? And then we can also have those where the grooms perhaps is below 25 lah.
Below 25.
Yeah, so we actually have two groups. One is what we call the minor couples, where both of them is below. Either one of them is below 21, and then where let's say, and then we have the young couples kan, where both are above 21 lah.
Okay.
But then the guy is below 25.
Okay. So as long as your age falls in the category of this age group, they are allowed to sign up, or they are. It's mandatory to sign up for certain courses, is it?
For the below 21, they actually mandated before they can even register dekat RMM. Because they are mandated under the Administration of Muslim Law Act or AMLA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So under 21 harus go for this course.
Yeah. Then for the young couples yang above 21 tuan, we highly encourage. We highly encourage them because marriage is a big step.
Yes, definitely.
It's a big step, it's a big milestone. You want to start off right, kan? So the theory of it, mulakan sesuatu amal tu dengan ilmu dulu kan?
Betul.
Yes.
So the ilmu tu, that's where we hope to share lah actually.
Okay, so the topic of how young is it? How young? How young? It's too young to get married, right? So let's dive into it.
Let's go.
So the first question that we want to ask is, why is young marriages frowned upon, especially in our community?
Okay. I think the thing is because marriage it's a lifelong journey, and family tu is the unit, a foundational unit of the society lah, kan? So the fact that we want to have a start a family, it takes a lot of commitment, it takes a lot of work. You know, it's not just kahwin hari ni. 1 year later, 2 years later, okay, bye-bye. We want it to be everlasting, insyaAllah. Kan? So that's why we actually need all that commitment, all that readiness to be stable. Stability is important. So the thing is, in our current society, however, sometimes we get these things about these perceptions lah. These couples are they ready ke? Baru habis NS for example, atau mungkin masih tengah sekolah pun. Kan? So then and then are they ready to tackle the challenges? Ke masih nak enjoy for example, masih nak dengan kawan-kawan for example kan? Atau kalau let's say kita cakap pasal financial pula. Financial macam mana? Dah kerja ke belum? Kalau kerja apa? Lawyer, engineer, example.
I think we had a young married couple guest before.
Yes.
On one of our episodes also. They themselves shared with us that they faced a lot of
prejudice,
a lot of negative connotations when they express their intention to get married at a young age after NS also, like what you mentioned.
Some people ask them, dah kata sangat ke?
Dah
cukup duit ke?
So these are general concerns that even if especially in our society, or not just society but in our state where everything is expensive, whether or not we're matured enough, because there's no level that we can measure maturity, I feel, except for experience wise and things like that lah. So this kind of notions of negativity to it's generally I would feel like it's generally based on macam kerisauan, worried from the parents about anak kita ni betul ke, nanti dia susah macam mana, nanti kita pula kena tanggung kan.
It comes from a good place.
But of course maybe after going through 10-11 years of experience and then 5 years for yourself, what do you generally feel is the cause behind this frowned upon emotion?
Okay.
Okay, so for parents, typically the parents that we see, they frequently express anxieties, right? As parents, based on their observations of their children's behavior. So it's what Nasif previously explained, about all the dah kerja ke belum, dah kumpul duit, dah cukup ke, dah matang ke, right? Yeah, so the concerns typically center around the perceived immaturity. And instability that they associate with younger individuals. Okay, why? Because younger individuals are seen as still navigating personal growth. Baru nak belajar diri sendiri, right? Identity formation. Yes, correct, right? And then education, is it masih belajar ke, atau or you nak kahwin and then belajar ke laut, right? And then what about your career? So these are some of the concerns from the parents lah. Yeah, because they see the children as, hey, you're lacking the necessary life experience. And some of the young individuals even, have unrealistic notions of marriage.
So retail.
I kahwin nak 50 anak tu
As in it's like, when I kahwin, everything is going to be fine. Everything's going to be happy.
Rainbows and butterflies. And then ada naik kuda.
Right to the sunset.
The beach sunsetting in.
Because marriage is a journey. Getting married itself is the start of a journey. Dia bukan end point tau, dia start. So I think perhaps maybe younger couples will have the tendency to feel like, oh, this is my end goal. Pasal mungkin dia dah dating from secondary school. Date, kita dah 5-8 tahun together. We need to get married. Bila dah kahwin, what next? That's probably one thing that maybe lah parents will be worried about. Ni korang daripada kecil sayang. Tahu tak lepas marriage ni, lepas kahwin ni ada apa tanggungjawab korang, kan?
I think we understand that the concern from the parents too is that macam like whatever they said just now lah. Apa ni masih dah kerja ke belum, nanti sadar. It's all about the readiness, right? So their roles as social workers is to help them be ready through this MPrep punya program, right?
Yeah, that's true. So that's one of the things that we do. But also to because it's a safe space lah actually when we have that one-on-one kan, it's also a platform for them to really think through about their readiness, about how they made that decision. Kadang ada I jumpa couples, kenapa you suka dia? Entah.
Macam mana tu?
Panas tengah nak kahwin entah.
Tapi nasibnya dia jawab tu in the individual session lah. So partner tak dengar.
It's really one to one lah.
One to one. I mean kita jumpa bride and groom separately. We jumpa as a couple. We jumpa parents sekalian. So when we ask that, so kalau let's say dia tahu entah, okay, then we have to ask a bit deeper lah. Apa yang you suka pasal dia ke, atau what are some of the things yang dia buat yang you suka, that kind of things. And does your partner know or not? These are the things that make you attracted to him or her. So why that's important? So that the partner knows, okay, these are the things. Let's say for example, she likes the guy. She likes the guy. She likes the guy because he's caring, for example. Okay, but what exactly are the behaviors? And then if let's say the guy knows he's caring is something important to her, kan? Then okay lah. Can that be sustained throughout the marriage? Because nanti marriage dah busy apa semua kan.
Let's say kalau dia mungkin dia susah nak ada time untuk tunjuk this care for that person, tapi it could cause tension. Then kalau orang tak faham that the changes in dia punya love language per se, then it could cause more could cause a rift between them lah. I think as I boleh jadi counselor tak?
Ada bakat.
InsyaAllah.
Now that we are talking about the readiness, right, and the preparedness for getting married. So when we talk about a couple, so diorang dah saling mencintai, lepas tu they get engaged, right? That's the first step. So how long should they be engaged, or is there even a timeline that?
Before we get to that kan, nak tanya like when they register when they get engaged they tak perlu masuk ni until they register for marriage, is it?
Correct. For the those below 21, actually what is the step is that they get they go through our program dulu,
Okay.
complete our program dulu, dapatkan kita punya kursus certificate, then lepas tu mereka apply dekat RMM lah.
Okay.
Because I know some yang mungkin lepas sekolah sebelum NS kan macam nak dah masuk NS kan, takut cabut lah kan, tunang dulu, things like that.
Gitu.
I pernah dengar.
Kira macam guarantee tu lah.
Yeah, dia book dulu lah, booking lah. Tu dah masuk NS,
So
keluar.
NS tu after 2 years lah, so they engage for 2 years.
Something like that. Kau tertekak tu. Minta maaf. Ya, kira kan dia tunang sebelum NS, and then but back at that age dia tak perlu sign up selagi until they have the intention to get married. How's the validity for this certificate?
Okay, the validity of the certificate, so it's for 6 months.
Okay.
So let's say they complete today, they have 6 months to apply for their marriage. So the date of application not the date of nikah dia.
Okay. Kalau dia nikah tu another story lah.
Yeah, because if let's say let's say today is 1st April, let's say, today is 30th March kan.
30th March.
So let's say it's for 6 months, kira sampai bila tu? September. Sampai September. So they have to apply by September, end of September. But maybe their marriage can be like in October, in November.
Tu tak kisah when is the marriage, but as long as you apply within the 6 months.
Date of application.
Dia macam beli rumah. Kena ada validity loan period tu.
Okay, faham.
Okay.
So,
Yes. So okay, that's again the question.
yeah, back to the question. Like, how long should they be engaged for?
Okay, so for engagement period, I think for us professionals, right, rather than considering solely like berapa lama nak bertunang, right, 3 months ke 1 year, 2 year, I think a more useful approach would be to consider your own individual readiness as well as a couple mutual readiness. Yeah, because ada je like I have couples yang only 3 months tunang but financial dah save up, dah apply rumah, like they are already preparing for the married life.
That's really
step
different
by
lah.
Yes,
Couple to couple.
correct. And then I have couples yang bertunang dah 1-2 tahun but still like baru nak cari kerja, nak stay in the job. Yeah, so it differs from couples to couples. Yeah, so it's important to evaluate the individual and mutual readiness lah. Whether you are ready to uphold these responsibilities of marriage and parenthood even. Yeah.
So when we get engaged, right, that whole period yang kita get engaged tu, kita punya one of our biggest goals is to save up, right? So that is financial lah. So selalu kalau nak kahwin nanti kan orang-orang semua tanya dah cukup duit ke belum, gitu, all those kind of things, right? So how important is it really financial?
It is important financially. It's significant importance lah. Cause everything also mahal, perlukan duit, right? And then bila you nak buat majlis pun perlukan duit. But then it's not just preparing life for wedding, but it's life after marriage, right?
Which is something that we like to really emphasize also. Jangan kita save money untuk nikah aja.
Correct.
Kali lepas nikah tu, like I said, it's a start of a journey. Kalau dah habiskan semuanya keseluruhan duit kat nikah, besoknya
Duduk bawah jabatan. Tak nak.
But yeah, definitely it's the financial. This is where financial literacy is also important as well.
Correct. Yeah. I think you just reminded me of. Sorry, Nasif. I think you just reminded me of spend like thousands over dollars on a wedding.
Okay.
And then after the marriage, then they tell me lah, we are running low on savings because semua dah pakai dekat wedding. Yeah.
Okay. Now I have one question that popped in my head. Let's say kalau this young couple bilang dia, I not sangat dream wedding. How then would you advise them? If let's say they bring up this this idea that they want to have a grand wedding, but then the potential of having zero to little savings after the wedding, what would you advise them?
Yang nak tu siapa?
The couple lah.
The couple, both of them sekali.
Pasal dong macam they have the idea of a grand wedding lah. But how would you advise them?
Oh, okay. For me, I thought you were her company. Okay, for me, of course, I will also think go through with them. Okay, how much is it, for example, they're going to spend on the wedding? Okay, what's going to happen after that?
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes they talk about, I think like what Zai mentioned kan, they just plan about the wedding saja. Tapi after that, what happens after that? Dia punya daily dia, dia punya nak apa? Let's say nanti dah ada rumah sendiri, for example, then macam mana dia punya expenses, housing macam mana? Kalau ada anak-anak dia macam mana? Then kalau let's say sekali diorang ambil loan, for example, then macam mana pula kan? Do you want to start your marriage
On the negative.
in debts?
Yeah.
Understand.
So dengar korang nikah tu mungkin okay, nikah is important. Majlis tu kalau kita kena ikut kemampuan.
Betul, ikut kemampuan. That's the key word.
Pasal kalau if you guys really want to get married young, you want to have a wedding, ingatlah, like what I said, I want to repeat it again, this is a start.
It's not a destination.
Yes,
Betul.
it's the starting point.
Yeah. Okay, so financial ni, I think even for young marriages, couples like us, it's one thing that is important, like as we have discussed just now, right? But is it the only important thing to consider your readiness for marriage?
So just now I wanted to add on also lah. So actually, it's not just finances. Yes, finances is one of it, a very important part of it, but there are also other things. Contohnya macam mana? So contohnya macam emotionally, are they prepared? Adakah for example the guy tu dia seorang yang mungkin sikit-sikit je melenting, panas baran for example kan, itu dah kira tu dah kalau we hear that in a session and I ever hear before, then macam mana? Because that's a red flag lah in the relationship kan. And then kalau let's say dalam time tengah tunang sekarang dah macam gitu, dan nanti kalau let's say dah bernikah nanti dah macam mana? Will he change? Or will he become even worse? So satu emotional. Satu lagi dia punya social wise. Okay, so let's say for example the guy 21 mungkin dia dah habis NS
Mungkin lah
atau masih tengah NS lagi so dah puas enjoy tak? Ke masih fikir nak enjoy dulu kind of thing. Atau let's say kalau dia dekat NS, kawan-kawan dia semua dah bernikah tak? Ke macam mana? Kalau you see easily influenced by the friends. Ada couple I met before, it became an issue for them. The girl feel she's not a priority because why? Dia kalau dekat camp, okay lah, dia memang okay, dia camp dia sibuk. Dekat luar camp pun dengan campmates dia juga.
Okay, kan 7 hari dengan members lah kat camp.
Macam gitulah.
Brotherhood
Brotherhood.
Okay. So of course these influences definitely will have an impact on how they view marriage in a sense lah. Because like what Nasif mentioned also, dia punya readiness and the willingness to sacrifice the enjoying part, because of course you can enjoy with your wife in the future, right? But when you're young, darah muda ni lain dia punya feeling dia. Macam sekarang ni I dalam 30-an ni kan, kalau boleh nak tidur je rumah kan. Tapi kalau time muda-muda, tidur 2 jam okay, main bola, jumpa member, lepak, minum teh, balik rumah, besoknya pergi kerja. Masih boleh tau. Sekarang lain. So
it's important for young couples to understand lah, when you are single compared to when you're married is a very vast difference, and there are certain things that you might need to compromise on, you might need to macam leave it and focus on your priorities lah, which is your partner and your responsibilities that comes with it.
So soalannya, sediakah anda untuk melepasi kegemaran anda gitu kan?
And thank you for bringing up on the priorities. Yeah, I think the moment you decide to get married, I think you need to acknowledge that you are putting the relationship, the marriage as priority over your own wishes. I think that's very important. So when you have that, so whatever decision making, apa-apa conversation ke discussion you ada dengan your partner, it goes back to marriage at the center of it all.
Like you don't make decisions for yourself anymore. Whatever decisions that you make, it affects your partner and your marriage as well.
So it's not about what I want, but it's about how is this decision helpful or useful for my marriage.
Yes. Wow.
Gitu.
I mean, even it's as simple as where we're going for dinner lah. Let's say me and you lah kan, because we had this conversation before. Every couple would have this conversation. Nak makan mana kan? Yeah. Of course, when as simple as if let's say lah, dia tak makan seafood for example, due to if let's say you suka seafood sangat, but because we don't if let's say we don't even think about our partner, kita tak apa, tak kisahlah, aku yang nak makan seafood apa, makan je apa yang ada kat sana. Then they will cause walaupun makanan simple ni, but if let's say we can't get to common consensus on this issue, apatah lagi benda yang mendalam lagi, yang holds higher weight in the relationship. I really feel like I can join you guys.
Still apply
InsyaAllah. Kita kan macam puji diri sendiri
Okay, so when it comes to young marriages also, talking about readiness, right? How important is parental advisory?
Parental guidance is very important in the whole process of preparing for marriage and even when they are already married. Yeah, because it's for us, I think we see it as it's important for parents to nurture the punya children yang understanding lah of responsibilities macam mana, realities married life tu macam mana, right? As parents, it's important to equip children with the necessary values, perspective or behaviours, so that diorang nak go through the marriage life tu dengan mudah lah, insyaAllah, to adjust through the different challenges.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
to add on, I think parents how they provide support. So contohnya kalau yang let's say yang yang tadi case tadi tengah NS ke apa kan, nak tinggal mana? Kan kalau apply rumah pun kalau apply rumah pun it will take masa kan to complete, atau mungkin walaupun kalau mereka nak tinggal kat rumah sewa pun, rumah sewa pun application dia berapa lama kan, kena tunggu juga. Okay, that's one practical wise. And then like what I mentioned lah kan, apa tu, kalau let's say daripada segi nasihat, daripada segi affirmation, motivation for them. Tapi we also acknowledge ada some of my couples bila diorang datang tu, when they grow up, parents themselves may not be the best example lah.
okay, understand.
So if that's the case, then their idea about marriage is really macam they don't know what is marriage.
I was about to ask you on that. What if they don't have good examples in their lives lah?
Good support.
Yeah. That's why we have MPrep lah.
Also we have INSPIRASI podcast.
They work hand in hand, okay? Because of course, like what you mentioned lah, if they don't have these good examples, apakah idea dorang about marriage? Is it because purely of aku sayang kau, and then dah cukup untuk kahwin? But in actuality, there is more than just cinta in terms of marriage.
Yeah.
So how do you find good examples? How do you learn to be a good example for yourself, for your marriage, for your partner? You can go to MPrep, INSPIRASI PPIS. But really, if you don't really have that example, right, it's very hard for you to embody something that you don't have an example of. You have to macam learn and unlearn certain things. Macam one option that you can go for to help yourself is of course their program lah, MPrep.
Jangan rely on fairy tale movies lah.
Betul.
Semua bidik tu. Boleh ambil yang good parts, bawa pergi dating semua, bila dah kahwin kan, boleh ambil good parts. Tapi part habis movie tu, lo tak tahu Cinderella macam mana.
Tak tahu.
Dia kena bersihkan lagi ke? Okay, maybe of course our listeners like to hear stories from from professionals, because we get a lot of feedback about how they can relate to this story. Maybe you can share with us some case studies that you have actually gone through in your years of experience in INSPIRASI PPIS.
Maybe I share first mine. So this young couple, when they really want to marry, so talking about the experience kan of the family of origin or the FOO dia kan. So for the groom, when he grew up, he already saw macam dia punya parents selalu gaduh. Okay, and for the groom, he feel that his parent, one of them is macam very manipulative and whatnot. For the girl pula pun sama, the bride. Okay, dia rasa macam for her, not her direct family lah, tapi mungkin dia punya sekeliling dia tengok lama ada yang kahwin 2-3 tapi tanggungjawab tak dileraikan, tak dibuat dengan betul. Then dia nampak lah dia makcik-makcik dia suffer.
Okay.
That's dia punya FOO experience.
FOO stands for
Family of origin dia.
Family of origin. Okay.
Tu FOO Pada masa yang sama young couple aktif kat social media. Selalu scroll nampak post. Nampak post pasal alamat suami tak lakukan tanggungjawab. Isteri kerja nak tinggalkan suami. Those kind of things.
Hak aku gitu lah.
So they are also then influenced by what they see on social media.
Okay.
Definitely.
So when I meet them, and then they have this kind of perceptions kan, then I have to check with them, okay, you have this kind of perceptions, how is it useful for your marriage? If you use these perceptions, if it influences you, it influences how you interact with your wife, with your husband, then macam mana, what's going to happen to your wife or your husband? Yeah. So for example, the guy maybe don't want, the guy don't want the girl to work.
Okay.
But kenapa dia tak nak the girl to work? Because nanti kan the girl dah work bang kan, nanti diorang dah ada duit sendiri kan, nanti diorang dah tak nak dengar cakap suami, that kind of thing, pijak kepala suami.
I've heard of that. I've seen, to be honest, I've seen comments like that. Kalau the wife earn more than the guy lah, ataupun ada duit sendiri, tengok lah nanti macam mana. This kind of comments. And whenever I see this kind of comments, I feel very upset. To be honest, I feel very upset because this day and age, kalau in unless kita earning a lot of money, both usually come from every family come from a double income household. So apa salahnya? In my opinion lah.
That's the actual response that he gave.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I have to like nak kena niat. I mean, we also don't have issue kalau let's say betul cuma satu orang nak kerja. Cuma the intention tu of why not letting your wife work, is it because for power and control, or is it because you are concerned for your wife? You know, your wife nanti kan mana nak jaga anak juga, takut let's say duduk kerja duduk penat, lepas tu balik nak jaga anak, nak jaga rumah penat kan. So okay lah, maybe tak apalah, I go and work, tapi for you rest, at least maybe hopefully lah bukan kata jaga anak tu boleh rest kan.
Betul.
24/7 but at least apa tu lebih macam maybe terjaga. So coming from that angle of concern rather than wanting to control the spouse.
It boils down to the niat jugalah kan. Kalau I punya niat is I want my wife to really have more time at home, okay, silakan. Kalau macam the concern of kalau the macam control tu dah king control lah kan. Tu ada okay, how then did you advise? Boleh tak share how you
That was what I shared with them. So something for them to think about. I mean, I cannot macam, kita tak boleh paksa lah kan orang to follow kan. But I just give them that question for them to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then of course we also encourage them because diorang bukan setakat jumpa kita saja. Later when they want to marry, before that they will also jumpa their naib kadi kan.
Betul.
So I also encourage them to ask lah their naib kadi, so they can and I believe their naib kadi also will continue to support them after marriage. I think for the first 2 years also kan. Yeah. So they have resources in the community. Kalau they don't want to go to the parents pun, of course we hope the parents is the first
line of
first line.
defense
But like what I said just now kan, maybe parents also sometimes may not be neutral ke apa kan. Then of course then they can come to us, they can go to the naib kadi. Adalah community resources.
That's good.
I feel like macam if we don't have a good example kan, especially macam now social media is so rampant, when you don't really have a good example in your head, right, when you see all these kind of things, senang untuk you termakan. Memang benda tu semua agama betul.
Lagi-lagi ataupun yang quotes yang pedih-pedih punya black screen kat belakang tu kan.
It's like the person in the video is talking about hak and everything, and then it makes you think macam asal aku tak dapat hak ni then it will create certain kind of conflicts. And I would say macam we also receive this advice from Sujimi and a lot of people saying that instead of focusing on your hak, you should be focusing on your responsibilities. Tanggungjawab. Right. So something for you to ponder.
Because I mean social media ni kebanyakannya is Facebook professionals. Facebook lah, ataupun Instagram professional. Don't claim lah professionals, but mungkin ada yang ada qualification out there, but whatever that we view on social media is best to take it with a pinch of salt. Kalau let's say you find something that you think is useful for you and it benefits the marriage, silakan. Tapi kalau you rasa macam this one will cause tension. Kita kena okay, no matter how young or how old we are in a relationship, in a marriage pun, I feel that we need to have a conscious effort to maintain kita punya understanding of our partners, to maintain to reflect on ourselves as well, to see how we can improve and make sure the marriage goes smoothly, instead of just hak ni, hui.
Actually, personally for me, right, in the first few years of the marriage, I'm very much macam I need this. But right now, right, I feel like macam I've changed in a way that macam kalau nak gaduh pun kan, I will really think, right, do I really need to bring this up? If I bring this up, right, will it improve anything in our marriage or not? If it's not, right, I will just tak apa Farah. Just maybe you being too childish or too sensitive, then usually that's the case lah. Because when you're emotional, right, you macam
that's the thing also. I feel that, I mean, when it comes to emotions, kita the best feeling is to luahkan kemarahan tau. Personally,
you are entitled to your feelings, and you can tell your partner. But
how you luahkan tu, will it show? Macam I think you mentioned about the guy panas baran, one of the panas baran kan. What the difference? I used to be like that. To be honest, I used to be someone that marah je pak.
baran.
Baran. So that's when I believe maturity comes in, alhamdulillah, and that I realized that if I were to do that, it would not just affect my wife's emotions and feelings, but it will affect the marriage as well. So kalau selagi kita belum ada kematangan untuk menghayati kenikmatan love tu, so that's when we can easily use love to douse away the flames of anger. Philosophical today.
Wow. Okay, do you have any case studies?
Yes, I do. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So for me, I think if Nasif shared about, the FOO, family of origin, lack of positive role models, right? And then the influence of social media, what they're having is dysfunctional communication patterns.
Okay.
Yeah, so unhealthy communication.
Toxic.
Yes, toxic. Okay, so young couples. For the guy, they suka like silent treatment. Yeah, and it's tak suka express. Yeah.
Okay.
But then again, also I cannot sort of put the blame on him, because I think similar to I think Nasif mentioned about FOO. In his family, he doesn't have this culture of expressing emotions.
Right.
Yeah, so he grew up, don't express himself. So that's why, bila he nak solve problem ke apa, is more towards silent, just pendam, right? Silent treatment, don't verbalize. As for the girls, she would like criticize, like blaming, you semua you tak buat ni, you tak buat tu, you tak sayang I, yeah.
Okay.
So during the session, usually one of the things I ask is, are there any instances of conflict that you boleh share with me lah, and how you resolve it? Yeah, so they have a misunderstanding. So the guy is working, so dah penat balik kerja, stress, and at that point of time, I think he was having a stressful week lah, because of the boss and all, so very tired. So for this couple, good thing is they have this routine of like, check in with each other every day. Which is good, right? Like, so it's healthy, like check in on each other, how you feel, how's your day. Yeah, but the thing is, because it's routine, it has become expectations. Yeah, so the girl expect it to happen, every day.
Okay.
Yeah, but on that day, because of the busy work week, right? So he forgot.
Forgot to check in.
Yes.
Dia lupa nak check in.
Yeah, he forgot. He was totally forgot about it. Instead, he went gaming with his friends to relieve stress.
Kalau kita tak faham dengan kita punya partner, gaduh lah tu.
Yeah. So the girl found out, like, him gaming, and so she sent like, she sent macam long message and like, you tak sayang I, you pentingkan your friend, where's our check-in, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing that is in my head now, Nasib pergi gaming aja. Gaming aja kot. This is something that nak cakap I pernah melalui dulu lah, time I muda. Mungkin lah similar situation. Pasal what you said, routine becomes expectations, which is So we did share about this before, about expectations and it becomes you expect something the moment. Okay, I also have this theory. This is your expectation that you put in a relationship. So if you keep doing this, or let's say this is high, you keep maintaining this. After a while, the moment you have a dip in the action that you do, this gap here will be where the cause of anxiety comes from the partner. That's where the lady mentioned tak sayang I ke apa. But if let's say we don't understand each other enough, itu yang akan terjadi. Kalau kita faham, we understand that okay, sometimes we have this up and down. Then mungkin okay, you need your time off. Then kita work together in sync.
We dancing.
Yeah, and it's important to communicate that. Yeah, because like anything unspoken will end up becoming disappointment, or even it turns into a demand. Like I demand you to have a check-in with me.
Yes.
Okay, then for that sense kan, like how can a couple actually, because for us what we do is whenever we are going out of our routine, for example, for me is I will personally check in and I tell her like, okay, today I don't feel like I can do this. I don't think I can meet certain things. Is it okay if I do something else? That's our communication lah generally. But for younger couples pula, is it similar as that in terms of communication?
Actually, what you share with me kan yang tu reminds me of one of our key messages in the marriage MPrep.
Okay.
Which is the rahmah.
Oh my God.
Rahmah, compassion kan.
Compassion.
So for example, when you ask, you cannot perform the expectation kan for that day kan. You at least ada that rahmah, that mercy also to actually check in with your wife. Check in dengan Farah lah, boleh tak kalau for example today I do something a bit different. And then let's say Farah pula respond, okay lah, because you also understand, okay maybe bukan not everyday romantic, not everyday like that kan.
Of course.
Ups and downs kan, kita manusia kan. And then you also have that rahmah tu also apa tu kan namanya, be okay with it for today. Yeah. So you macam over, I don't know whether the correct term is like overlook the shortfall but it's not really a shortfall lah, macam apa
I think it's separating the small matters from the big matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
For you to have compassion for each other lah. You need to have like sakinah, mawaddah, warahmah. All these three things stated for a reason. These are three things that you need. Inshallah, for a healthy and beautiful marriage, you need compassion. So you cannot expect every day that your partner shows up for you. There was always going to be ups and downs.
I just have an image in my head.
What is
Okay. Expectation for general expectation, and then you cannot perform. So low here. So what is in the middle? Sakinah, mawaddah, rahmah. Yeah.
Come up with workshop. You come up with the workshop.
So that's where we really, that gap there is really something that can be filled with communication. And also bila communicate tu, always start with love. Dengan
it comes
hati.
from love.
Because kalau let's say macam for example, we use your example if let's say I tell you I want to go gaming with my friends, tapi dia kata buat apa lagi gaming, you tak sayang I ke apa, then that's where the tension lagi lah. Maybe I can ask you, how would then that can a couple overcome that kind of thing? If you can advise, if let's say we are the couple example, and then right now we are interviewing you, we are being counseled by you, and then I nak pergi gaming, dia tak kasi. How would you then advise?
I think understanding where the need come from, right? Kirakan the motivation behind the behaviour lah, right? So bila for example the guy tu nak pergi gaming tu, kenapa lah, right? So he told me like, sebab dia nak release stress. Then I asked him, does your partner know that you are stressed? Masalahnya the girl tak tahu.
Gitu.
Right? That's one. So that's the guy side. And then for the girl pula, when I asked, kenapa? What makes you think yang dia pergi gaming, he lupa to check in on you? But you rasa dia tak sayang, right? What is that extreme point of view? And so she mentioned, sebab dia tak check in, like lupa, like even lupa, so she cannot accept it. And I'm like, so what kind of message you want him? What is it that you need from him? What you want him to what you want him to know lah? Alright, she said because she also have a bad day, so she need attention. So the niat tu nak nak bilang attention. Nak attention, tapi the behaviour tu end up criticizing, blaming, tuduh, right? So so I asked, you have good intention, like okay, you have this need, right? But what about your behavior? Does your behavior, reflect your good actions? Right? And and because of that behavior, it caused the guy to think that she wants a breakup.
Alamak. Oh, wah, ekstrim betul ni. Wow. Gaming je kot. Puncanya kan. But of course the underlying factor is deeper lah.
Yes,
just that they do not know how to express it.
So I make them think and reflect lah. Intentionnya apa? Right? Okay, so you have this good intention, and so how does it manifest into behavior? Does your behavior and intention match tak? And from that behavior, how does your partner experience you? Is it hurting? Right? Does your behavior promote closeness ke distance? Yeah.
Wow.
And at the same time, you have to communicate with your partner lah. Macam, I feel like a lot of us do this, when we have a need, right? We usually always either expect our partner to read our mind, or we really macam beat around the bush and like mask what we really want. So macam for example, in that case, what we really want is attention from our partner, and it's because we're having a bad day. But instead of that, we mask that and put it on him and say that you don't give me attention because you want to spend time with your boys.
Lain lah kalau macam your example yang 5 hari kat camp, 2 hari weekend pun dengan member camp. Itu mungkin minta kena marah. Mungkin.
But if you would have just communicated that to your partner, you say like, I'm having a bad day. Like, can you give me, macam kalau you nak pergi with your friends, okay, I understand, but can you just give me 10 minutes? I need the support, I need the attention. Then that's when you compromise, you clearly say what you want. You don't say macam, okay, attention, tapi dia tak kasih, okay, now I'm gonna blame him because he wants to play with his friends.
Boom,
we
drama.
do this a lot. We do this a lot.
Wow. But I did read a comment somewhere saying that orang lama dulu tak payah macam gini. They know, they understand. Pasal mungkin orang lama punya cara. And then maybe they say that because they have many years of experience, then they know what that's needed to be done. So in this context, kita masih I dah tua. Sorry. The young couples are learning to be in a marriage and learning to transition from being a young adult to full-blown adult. So these kind of things, kind of steps, I personally feel like it's needed to be done until we can reach healthier communication where kita tak perlu explain every single thing. Sometimes I just say that I'm tired. That in itself, okay, then the communication will be free-flowing from there. So once you build that foundation properly between the husband and wife, this young husband and wife, then insyaAllah, in future we can become the types where normal cakap you nak air, instead, that kind of thing, the communication will be telepathic, almost
that takes
instant.
a lot of time and effort.
That's personally what I
consistency.
Yeah, insyaAllah kita semua akan menjalani telepati tu one day.
Okay, so now we want to talk about expectations pula, because I feel like young couples now macam like we discussed just now, we romanticize a lot. We watch a lot of Hollywood movies, a lot of daily drama, and we see that kita macam, this is what marriage is. So they romanticize the idea of a marriage. So what are some of the misconceptions that you can share with us in regards to that, managing expectations?
Okay. I think one myth is, marriage will always be in love. The love will always be there, it will never
Crazy
die.
love.
Yeah.
Lagi-lagi kalau puppy love, start dengan puppy love kan.
I love you, you love me.
Yeah. A lot of our couples have that, mindset lah. Like, it's okay, asalkan sayang boleh. Like,
Dia dengar Justin Bieber banyak sangat. As long as you love me. Kan?
Yeah, right?
Love is not enough. Just love is not enough.
Yeah, love is not enough. You need other things. Communication skills, negotiation skills. Conflict management. Yeah, and in fact, love itself won't sustain. Okay, why I'm saying this because in marriage, it's not always the romantic love and the romance will not always be there.
Yeah.
Research even show like after your honeymoon period je, there's a natural dip in your romantic love, your romance. Yeah, so for those yang hold very rigidly to this view yang macam love will be enough, love will always be there, then they'll feel threatened. Macam is it my partner dah tak sayang me because there's a deep in the romantic love? Yeah, but no, right? That's simply the
Natural.
Yeah, it's natural. Yeah, it's natural because everyone go through changes, right? You and your partner go through changes, need adjustment, right? And the lack of feeling don't necessarily equates to lack of love, because love is both a feeling and a choice.
Oh wow. Can you explain a bit more? I like that standards. Love is a feeling and a choice. I like it.
Yeah. Okay, so I think relate back to Nasif experience example about ini Rahma, right? Exercising Rahma, right? I mean, for example, in managing finances, right? Like before marriage, your partner always buy for you this and that. So that's the maybe your love language is receiving gifts, right? So dah selalu dapat hadiah. So you have this expectation, he will buy me gifts and all because that's love. And then bila dah kahwin macam alamak ada deep sikit pasal dia tak cukup duit ke, right?
Pasal dah nikah 30,000
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and he wants to give you gift, but he doesn't have the means to. And maybe also perhaps that's one. Perhaps also work stress. So terlupa ke, there's a lot of possibilities. Yeah, so the romance is decreased, right? But that doesn't mean there's no love lah, right? Because instead of giving practical like physical gifts, you can offer your love through other things, right?
Pasal in a sense bila dah kahwin ni, the perbezaan antara sebelum kahwin dan dah kahwin is we are spending every day with each other. So perhaps those physical gifts that you make up for the time that we are away can be translated to peluk sebelum tidur.
Yes, correct.
That kind of thing. All these are acts of showing love, kan? Which
Sorry. Yeah, you can go.
Silakan.
So I like to watch videos lah on YouTube for apa ni?
Documentary.
I watch macam Esther Perel and like many other psychologists. So I saw this one video, right? Then dia cakap, lajunya aku pun.
Excited begini.
Then dia cakap, some of us have this perception. She calls it all or nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, dia macam when you are in a conflict, right? For example, macam use the example lah, macam always get gifts, but then after marriage ada responsibilities and everything, right? So she doesn't have the means probably. So macam this all or nothing mentality is like, it's either you give me or you don't give me. If you give me, that means you love me. If you don't give me, that means you don't love me at all. So this is some of us have this lah, all or nothing. So I think we have to really change that lah. It doesn't mean that he doesn't give us gift like last time, that the love is not there. It's still there. It's still very much there. It's just that we have to exercise once again rahmah, compassion.
But what kind of choice you make in showing that love.
Gitu.
Pasal kalau we put into example dulu sebelum I kahwin dengan dia, macam surprise saya kasih ni tak. Kalau let's say if she were to use that in totality, mungkin if let's say she doesn't feel the difference in doesn't have the understanding of these changes, she probably would ask me the same question lah. You dah tak sayang lagi ke? Mana belum tu lagi?
Mana belum tu lagi?
I used to do that lah sahabat, because bila dah kahwin ni, after a few years, a lot of responsibilities are changing. Sekarang ada rumah and we're running 2 different jobs for me and things like that. So a lot are changing, and if let's say we are not understanding of each other's punya changes in natural progression of life, like career and whatnot, that's where this expectations will be susah sikit lah. So communicate juga lah.
Betul. Okay, so this one I want to talk about this also. One of the misconceptions I'm seeing here is a linear view of problem solving. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
So I pernah jumpa one couple. Only the guy was working. Tak ingatlah kerja apa tapi lepas tu memang kerja dia punya pendapatan dia tak cukup lah. Bukan tak cukup, sorry. Just nice.
Kais pagi makan pagi punya. Okay.
So I ask him, so cause nanti diorang kalau let's say ada anak dia macam mana? Okay. Kalau let's say duitnya tak cukup tu macam mana lah? What's your plan? Do you have any plans? Straight away dia kata, okay, kerja lebih lah.
Okay.
But why?
Solving the problem, okay.
It does solve the problem of the finances. He work more, he gets more money. Kan? Okay. But why that is may not always be the solution. Then I have to ask him lah, okay, kalau you kerja lebih, okay, because sekarang ni you dah kerja 12-hour work shift.
Okay.
Kalau you put in more shift, then macam mana time management Because kita punya tanggungjawab bukan setakat untuk kasih nafkah zahir saja lah kan. Nafkah batin juga. So time management macam mana? Nak spend time dengan isteri macam mana? Dengan kalau ada anak-anak, dengan anak-anak dia macam mana? So they have to consider, working more will give you the more money. But what is the consequence of that? So you also have to also factor in all the other punya, apa tu nama dia? Factors lah. Consider all the other factors.
I feel like a lot of us have this problem. Macam when we talk about financial, right? Okay, not enough money. Okay lah, I work Grab. I work this. But then, okay, how would you advise then? What is the better solution?
Usually what I would check in with them as a couple. Kalau let's say dia betul nak kerja lebih, then what's the impact on the marriage? What's the impact with the anak-anak lah? How are you both gonna kalau let's say anak-anak tanya, Baba mana? Baba asyik tak ada je. Then how are both of you actually going to actually address it as a parenting team? That's one. Lagi satu, okay, if let's say betul kerja lebih, okay, if really that is your solution, okay, then macam mana, just how much of work is it? So is it certain times ke, atau maybe for example, kalau let's say betul, is it both pula, maybe not just the husband, maybe the wife also work part time, that kind of thing, untuk menampung lah kan. Atau kalau for example, kalau it's not about working more, ada avenues to also save. Cut down on the expenses also lah. Okay.
Daripada makan steak, makan ayam cincang.
Boleh lah. Makanan kenyang juga, insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
More importantly is the impact on the couple and the marriage and the family for every decision that they make.
Okay, we are still on the topic of managing expectations and some of the misconceptions. I feel like I feel like we have the perfect example for one, which is the you expecting your partner to change after marriage. I think I got shared this story before with you guys, but okay lah, to relate back to this example, right? I was before, bila kita tunang tu, I saw a lot of things in him that I saw macam I could change.
That you felt you needed to change lah.
Yeah, that I felt needed to change, and I feel like macam if I am able to change this about him, he will be a better man. A better man. Selalu kita
sebelum kahwin lah.
Sebelum kahwin. And then after that, moving along, blah blah blah. And then suddenly, a few months before the wedding itself, he got cold feet. Then I got very angry. I'm like, asal like a few more months to the wedding, then you cold feet. Like, what's going on? You know. So we didn't talk for a while. We had like cold war.
Just more of macam I need some time. Yeah.
So during that time, I went to my sister, and my sister said like, "Do you understand what you are doing?" Then I'm like, "Yeah lah, I'm trying to,
make him a better man. Macam bila to be a better man."
But then she said, "No, adik, you need to see it this way, okay? If you want to marry someone, you need to accept them for who they are, okay? That is the first part. And then the second part, she said, do you understand that you are essentially, what I said just now? I forgot. Sorry, I will cut this up.
Yeah, essentially getting forcing.
Oh, okay. So, do you understand what you are doing or not? He is very scared. He is doubting himself. You are making him feel that he's not enough. You are making him feel macam, boleh ke aku make this woman happy in a marriage, because apa-apa aku buat semua salah, apa-apa aku buat semua tak cukup. So that's why he's having those doubts in those months leading up to the wedding lah. So I macam, wait a minute. I shouldn't be changing him, because essentially I should be able to accept who he is as a person. Of course, I also have flaws. He also have to accept that about me. And it's not about changing the person. Like, it's very, for me lah now, I understand that it's unrealistic for us to expect our partner to change or be a different man just because like we married them, So what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, okay. Okay. So regarding change kan, usually, and this is something that we actually also cover in our MPrep punya marriage education workshop or MEW. So we have this thing, we have 3 myths that we will share with the couples to have their input on. And one of the things that we say, one of the myths that we will share, we will ask them, do you believe your partner will change after marriage? Dan kita tengok siapa cakap yes, siapa cakap no lah kan. There's no in between. We don't give them maybe not no. Yes or no je. Okay.
Absolute.
Absolute. Yeah. So after that, but then at the end of it, we also, our message to them is that, okay, whether or not you expect to your partner to change for you ke after marriage ke apa ke kan, after marriage actually, not just your partner, most likely you yourself will actually go through the changes. Yeah. Because why? Because bila you dah kahwin, ada more responsibilities, more things at hand. Okay. And then more, and then you bukan kahwin setakat kahwin your partner je lah kan. You also marry into the family. You know, you interact with them, with the in-law punya side juga. So there will be a lot of adjustments. And with all those adjustments and new things coming in, it's natural for people to also change lah. Yeah. Having said that though, there are sometimes during the one-to-one kan, we will also question about the changes in behaviour lah. So for example, kalau let's say we already know the at that point of time belum kahwinan, the groom let's say panas baran, and then the bride say tak apalah, he will change lah, I'm confident he will change after marriage. Why after marriage? Why not now, to show the changes now, to show the efforts? We don't expect macam terus berubah. I mean, I do acknowledge some people they can go to cold turkey kan, cold turkey boleh berubah betul-betul, but also at the same time some people or most of us maybe when they want to change, it's a progression, it's a journey kan. So but the effort must start now lah, jangan tunggu lepas marriage, because kalau let's say lepas marriage sekali tak berubah, then macam mana? And but at the same time, so okay, you want the change, and let's say it's a change that's good for the marriage. Okay, how can you help your partner also? Be of useful support to your partner, to help your partner change for the better. Is it true, let's say for example, like saya kata, you ni tak bagus blaming stance, or is it you also reflect collaborative? What can you also help with your partner? Maybe for example, time tengah conflict tu, you dah tahu your partner tu panas baran do you want to pursue the issue there and then juga, where things may escalate, or do you want to call for a timeout? You tell your partner, I think kita nanti takut blow kita cool down dulu nanti baru kita buat. So at least there's time for cooling down, and then there's time to revisit.
Collaborative. I like that.
I mean, because I previously mentioned I was very baran right? So we had a similar conversation about this before also. When the moment I was angry, ternaik suara kan, then yalah. So the normal husband wife gaduh. So that one incident, after that, when dah solve, not really solve, but we express, kita macam buat AAR, after action review lah. So how can we deal with this kind of situations better lah? So of course she mentioned, first thing she said that I don't really like the feeling of being shouted at, and you know, that kind of conversation. Then I will reflect on, I nampak muka dia sedih, jebek gitu kan, sedih.
Jebek?
Gitu. So when I saw that, I myself, I reflected that that is not something that a husband should do to his wife, to make her feel that she's small or things like itu. There's a no for me lah. So when I saw that happening for the first time, I didn't like it. So it's a reflective, you know. What was the term again? Collaborative kan. So that's how we talked. So I told her, okay, she told me that she doesn't like being raising my voice. And I said, okay, from there I will try to control myself and things like that. And then at the same time I said, okay, maybe we need to start opening up even more in terms of our problems. Don't try the tape-tapes and things like that. We talk, but with clear intentions and things like that. So I believe that relating to the collaborative effort, if let's say I didn't work on my baranness, if we didn't work on my hot temper, I think mungkin podcast ni tak ada kot. Yeah, because dealing with podcast memang of course is not an easy journey. But Alhamdulillah, while working on the podcast, we work on our relationship also.
Betul.
To improve on our communication as well. Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, so collaborative. So doesn't necessarily mean like itu baran and then he can use it for the rest of his life.
Yes.
Aku baran. Okay, jangan cabar aku baran.
I mean, he is a prime example of how if he wants...
Prime example prime rib roast.
Example of how if you want to change, you have to change for yourself and your partner lah. You cannot just because your partner say, I don't like you doing this, then you change, you know. If you understand that this is better for the marriage, so you improve yourself, and then your partner also support you in that
journey to change.
I think what you say that really reminds me also of the important thing about accountability. Being accountable for your own actions, also behaviours, also don't just put it on other people, externalize. Pasal you yang cakap macam ni sebab I marah, tak boleh lah kan. So definitely kalau baran ke violent ke apa, it's upon that person to need to change. At the same time, of course the collaborative effort after let's say we address the baran ke apa ke kan. At the same time the partner, how can the partner also not add on fuel to the fire.
That was the misconceptions and how to manage those expectations. And of course the social workers are here also to encourage you highly encourage you for those young couples to go for the MPrep program from Inspirasi PPIS, right? So now we are going on to parental support in these young marriages, right? How do parents support this young couple's marriage journey?
Okay, so when we talk about parents, so in our experience working with the couples, most of the couples cited better marriage outcomes lah, like lebih bahagia, you know, like easier to go through the marriage, you know, when their parents provide support. It can be in terms of advice, you know, and words of encouragement, or it can be like practical things macam tolong jagakan anak sekejap, right? Or like perhaps providing like emergency financial aid. So it shows that, you know, parental support is very important in the marriage journey lah, not just preparation but also after berkahwin. So one thing that that's important for parents to note is the acceptance lah, acknowledge and acceptance. Because a lot of our couples, you know, this young couple bila nak kahwin je, I think one thing that they would mention, at least in my cases, restu ibu bapa.
Betul.
They want restu ibu bapa tu, but sometimes they do not get it.
Because they don't agree on young marriages.
Yes, correct. And so as parents, of course it may be challenging lah, right? To be comfortable, you know, like 21 tahun masih jagung maybe to them, right? Lepas tu lepas tu nak kahwin lah, right? Right, like what you say, dah gatal sangat ke nak kahwin and all. Of course it's challenging to accept that fact, right? But I think parents need to learn to slowly acknowledge and accept lah that okay, they are 21, like okay, they are making steps, need to acknowledge their efforts also if they are making efforts to be ready for marriage, right? And accepting their partner as well. It's not just like macam kasih kahwinkan anak tapi tak nak accept the partner dengan the partnernya family. It's unfair lah.
Or even accepting the decisions,
correct.
The couple's decisions.
Correct. So
stressnya.
So it's accepting the partner, right? Approving the partner, the child's partner, but also having the autonomy lah, realizing that my child ada autonomy to make decisions, right? And they need to respect whatever decision, choices that the child make in the marriage.
Okay, I want to give you, I want to put a scenario. Hentak pula. Give a scenario. Let's say lah, because you interview the parents as well, right? You meet the parents as well. What if the parents say, but I tahu I punya anak macam mana, dia tak ready punya. Dia masih belum, this is the words dia masih belum ready untuk kahwin. I tak setuju. What is generally, how would you generally then follow up with the question?
For me, I will also ask, of course, I mean, we also cannot invalidate their observations, kan? So I will ask lah, where is this observation coming from? What makes you say this lah? So let's say nanti the parent cakap, because dia nanti selalu bangun lambat lah, tak pergi kerja lah, pergi sekolah, that kind of thing lah. Then I will also want to understand then, okay, so if let's say this is what you're saying, tapi pernah tak juga tanya, kenapa? What's the reason? Maybe, for example, some couples, maybe dia bangun lambat tapi kenapa? Because they actually ada some difficulties behind. Dia maybe dia punting sekolah atau punting kerja pasal mungkin kat kerja mungkin tak sesuai, something like that. Okay,
ada lain factors.
Ada certain other factors kan. So have you actually communicated with your child, discuss with your child more, instead of just seeing that one behavior, but understanding why that behavior, and then how can that behavior, okay, memang the behavior maybe will not be useful for marriage lah. pasal nak kena kerja apa semua kan. Then but at least if you have that conversation, you understand more kenapa the behaviour wise, and then you can start to address it together also. Yeah, and then at the same time also, what can parents also do? Of course, kalau let's say, wow, that blaming stars, kau ni pemalas lah apa semua kan. Rasa-rasanya tak jalan lah sekarang kan. Yeah, but if let's say the parents macam the parents themselves realize this is something yang actually boleh berubah. Maybe for that meantime, the parents also can let's say support them. Belikan alarm clock for example kan,
something
yeah, then that will also be helpful lah.
I feel like we should all as a community in our families and our marriage, we need to be more curious and ask why. We often usually just observe a behavior and then make our own assumptions on what this person is doing. I feel like I can give an example because in our marriage right now that we started doing podcasts, right? We're tired, of course, right? Inevitably. But he still has a full-time job.
Yeah.
So he is extremely exhausted every time. Kenapa?
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, so there was some period of time. Usually our nighttime routine is to spend time together, watch TV lah. So every time we watch the TV, right, every time he will fall asleep. So it made me very angry. So I'm like, this is our time to bond, Like in my mind, it's just like, wow, he really don't care lah. He just want to sleep. I'm here trying to stay awake also, but he still sleep. Alamak, macam mana ni? So now in introspect. Now that I introspect a little bit, right? If I would have just asked, sayang, I see that you're very tired. Why? So when I did ask why after the fact, right, he said that actually right now in my workplace, there's a lot of cases and I have to call a lot of people and it's really tiring and I had no idea. I thought he work 9 to 5 just going kaki kat office, just macam lunchtime, berbual dengan kawan. I had the impression. But only after I asked him that he said no, it's actually very taxing.
Wait,
and mentally.
I want to add in. Only after you merajuk and then you ask, then only you find out lah.
So I think we should be more curious. We should ask why a little bit more.
The thing is right. Even as us above age couples, for example, we also face this kind of situations. What more for young couples?
Betul.
Yeah, so it's not kita sebagai, maybe for the parents' point of view lah. Mungkin even if they're older pun, they also will have problems. But this is problems that is in a marriage. That's not necessarily young marriages. But as long as in a marriage, there will be potential problems that will arise to test kita punya relationship.
Betul.
Pasal ni challenge. You go through a problem, you level up.
Macam Mario. So just now we're talking about acceptance in terms of parental support. What other support that what other support that parents what other supports that parents can give to young couples?
Okay, so other than acceptance, we also have setting healthy boundaries. Right?
Boundaries.
I mean, we mentioned support, right? So in terms of support, there needs to be boundaries, healthy boundaries, right? Have a conversation with the couple, right? To make it clear to them, what kind of support that you can or cannot provide. What is it? What the kind of support that they need, from you. Yeah, so that, we can allow the couples to be independent, right? To be autonomous in their marriage, to work things out on themselves. But at the same time, in moments of need, they can always rely on their parents. So I think that's what we want, in between the parent-child relationship lah.
For my mother also, she always, even before I got married, she told me macam, Mama takkan masuk campur in your marriage unless you yang come to me. If not, you just settle your own problems, You are independent, you should learn how to resolve conflicts and all this in your own marriage.
Okay, I think I'm just going to say it. Because you mentioned that.
What?
And then there might be some cases where everything also, mak.
Yes.
Mak,
Yeah.
papa, mak.
Yeah.
Korang dah kahwin, babe. Lagi-lagi kalau there's always this perception of mommy's boy. Okay, in general, I'm not pinpointing. Tak ada kaitan dengan hidup atau yang mati ke. But sometimes they are too focused on the mother's wants and needs. Macam, but my mom wants this, my mom wants that. Tapi isterinya macam mana? Kita pun kena pilih. Kita pun kena, sebagai seorang suami, kita kena fikir the wife also has a high priority in your life lah. So kita kena have that boundaries, healthy boundaries that you mentioned.
Betul. Is there any support?
Okay, perhaps I want to add on about what you mentioned.
Yes, please.
You mentioned about you know, being mommy's boy. So itu semua parents buatkan And then on another end, we do have couples yang macam semua nak buat sendiri. Don't want parents to help. So they is this mindset that, you know, I can and I will, you know, I can do it myself. You know, we will be able to get through this marriage happy ever after without anyone, not even my parents. So I think it needs to be like a balance lah, you know, like having your parents involved, you know, when needed, but also you being independent. Because if let's say you tak nak anyone's help at all, then it's dangerous for the marriage, right? Because imagine your relationship, okay, ada conflict, misunderstanding, and then so in a way the relationship is hurt, right? And then you try all sorts of way to resolve it, but it doesn't work out, right? It's high time that you seek help.
Yeah, and it's okay to actually seek help.
It's okay. So it's important for couples to be aware and acknowledge when there's problem, they don't have solutions, and to seek help. I think it's similar macam kita sakit, right? Kalau sakit ke, okay, we nurse ourselves by eating whatever medicines we have.
Over the counter punya.
Yes, correct. But if let's say macam teruk then it's time to seek doctor. It's similar, right? So rather than you let your marriage continue to bleed, it's time to treat the wound.
Wow, I like that analogy.
Very nice.
So dah berdarah tu pergilah. Jangan nak action. Aku boleh besok nanti gaduh lagi. Susah. Jangan. I think people generally I would attribute that to ada malu nak tanya parents pasal dah lama sangat solo kan, cakap okay.
And also because I think like macam they already received this prejudice macam kan aku dah cakap kahwin muda so they like
they probably might have that word.
Maybe I should not tell my parents.
They want to like prove to people that they can make it on their own.
But at the same time doing that without the right treatment, kalau let's say you flu, you makan ubat batuk tak baik-baik lah flu tu kan.
Betul lah.
Correct.
So sometimes I mean, of course, which parents wouldn't want to help their child see them happy lah kan. So if you have that, kalau let's say kalau tak ada, if let's say lah your parent, you know that your parents might not be a good example. For example, ada abang Nasif dengan juga sis Zai kan, boleh tolong mereka lah. 10 years support kan.
InsyaAllah.
InsyaAllah. A lot of information and benefits from this episodes, insyaAllah.
I love it. Alhamdulillah.
I feel like personally I see it macam a chain reaction tau. It's like the reason why your older people are like advising you macam jangan kahwin muda sangat, you know, have all these things, is because they know what it takes to run a marriage
to go through a marriage
So it's macam okay, the concern is there, but if you yourself your mental and your readiness and your preparedness and everything, you take the conscious effort to improve on that and go to macam for example Inspirasi PPIS and take up the programs and equip yourself with all these skills, and then you actually prove to all these people yang macam actually okay lah, aku tengok dia macam okay sekarang okay lah, maybe then they will feel macam okay, maybe
tenang sikit lah.
Okay lah. So macam to me lah, it's like macam a chain reaction. And then amidst all those macam your parents support you like after marriage and all this support that you get, I think, you know, am I making sense?
Yes, you are.
Okay, can.
Kita tanya Pak is she making sense? InsyaAllah.
That balance. Independence, because of definitely it is your marriage, so you try to solve things between yourselves. But there are times, and it's okay to have these times. If let's say you have tried all that you can by all means, you've exhausted all your means, and it's still not solved yet, and it's causing harm to you or your marriage or your children, then perhaps it's time to actually call for your family members, your parents. Kalau, but like what you say also lah, kalau tak boleh, parents pun tak boleh, family members pun tak boleh. Because we also understand kadang-kadang parents, they themselves have their own tanggungan juga kan. So then okay lah, then community agencies macam kita, macam Inspirasi PPIS ke kan, atau Nek Kadi that I mentioned tadi kan.
Support system lah. There are support systems available for our young couples out there yang nak kahwin. I mean kalau yang above the age group ada organisasi juga yang boleh membantu kan. Kita sebagai couples ni we all need support. Be it from our partner, be it from our family, and we just need to open up our hearts to accepting this support that is made available to us.
There are resources available.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you.
Okay, so Alhamdulillah, first and foremost I'd like to say a big thank you to Nasif dan juga Zai for really sharing so much with us today. Kalau boleh I tak nak episod ni habis because we are loving this conversation. Alhamdulillah.
Dah nak habis
Thank you.
Lagi kan? Cepat kan? To be honest dah 1 jam lebih tau.
Oh my goodness.
Kan?
But thank you also for having us here, for allowing us this platform to also share lah to your viewers and your listeners also lah.
Maybe you can share a little bit more on how they can get in touch with you. Let's say, for Inspirasi PPIS ni.
Okay, so for those couples who are interested, you can actually go to ppis.sg punya website, okay, or alternatively you can call us at 65611049, or you can just drop us an email, inspirasi @ppis.sg.
Okay. Ada Instagram tak?
Instagram ada?
It's a closed one. It's just for our clients, but we do have Inspirasi PPIS, PPIS
website.
Facebook lah, Instagram to reach out from there also.
Right. So to all our young couples yang facing the brunt of all the negativities, reach out to look for Zai and Nasif juga lah. Kalau dapat assignment,
equip yourself with all the skills that is quite.
And then you can enter the marriage world confident.
InsyaAllah.
Then you can also make your parents feel confident that you're getting married. InsyaAllah.
Actually, not necessarily diorang yang ada issue saja. We have couples also. When we actually interview them, diorang actually stable, bagus, but they want to learn more.
Macam kita lah.
That I really tabik diorang tabik spring because their niat, their desire for wanting to know more, to wanting to know how they can be better husbands or better wives to each other. They really come for our program, and mashallah. And it inspires us. It inspires me. Okay, I was like, dulu aku ni time zaman diorang, time age diorang apa aku buat?
Main bola, main game.
But at the same time also, they also benefit when they also learn through the marriage education workshop, because it's group kan with the other young couples kan. Then they also get to share their experiences. So and then some of them they after the workshop after they finish the program, they keep in contact dengan each other. Pasal cute lah, macam group macam sama-sama macam kahwin, lepas tu nanti ada
social support
kan.
Oh wow, a newfound group of friends lah. Oh macam bestnya. Kenapa kita buat? We were out of the age group lah. Masya Allah.
Boleh je kalau nak.
Yes, okay. We can, always head on to their Facebook to find out more about their programs that they offer to all our young couples, our listeners out there, because we need to always be equipped and prepared lah, insyaAllah. Tapi at the same time, saya betul kalau korang nak kulit yang cantik, kulit yang lembut, kulit yang mesra.
This podcast is brought to you by Lustre. Elevate your beauty with Lustre's range of skin supplements and essentials. Kenapa? Prioritize your skin health and shine with confidence every day.
Lustre, for skin that shines. Don't forget to use our promo code OUTSIDEIN to enjoy $5 off Lustre products. Visit them at www.mylustre.com or contact them at 6275-4123. 6275-4123. You can also find them on Instagram at mylustre.mylife or on Facebook and TikTok at mylustre. Jangan ke mana-mana. We'll be back with
Husna after this.
Yes. So see you in a bit.
kita
Kembali dengan Kak Na lagi.
Dah 3 kali korang datang rumah aku ni.
Rumah dia lawa lah. Best lah rumah dia.
sangat cozy. And also I like your baju raya lah.
Oh, thank you.
Bunga-bunga.
Macam wanita Melayu terakhir. Husna.
Dia macam duduk kat tepi sungai. Duai padi.
Wow, so Ayu ya. Sangat Ayu.
I matching dengan Skin Pro.
Oh,
iyalah. Kan apa plan?
Cuba
Yes,
sikit.
yes.
Sampai tak? Tunjuk. Tak sampai. Tak apalah.
For effort.
Yeah. So talking about your baju kan. Your baju raya ni okay, kita nak berbual pasal baju raya. So baju raya ni your family always every year choose a colour ke macam mana ke? Seketika lah nak pakai colour apa?
Okay. It used to be colour coordinated when we were younger.
Okay.
But then now bila kita semua dah besar,
Dah ada own style.
I wouldn't say own style, macam dah
Malas
And then susah nak cari like yang sama. Because kita semua dah lain-lain size kan. So sometimes you have to buy from different brands. Different brands cater to different sizes. But overall the theme, the feel is still the same lah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kan dulu macam semua pakai pink, plain pink gitu.
Macam satu
blue.
brand semua sama.
Yes. But then now like if let's say you punya theme like purple ke apa, can be
As
like
long
different
as-
shades and pattern kan.
As long as ada purple lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kalau ada satu you nampak kat luar kan, ada family ni pakai semua exactly the same thing kan. Orang cakap dia pakai baju langsir. Tak baik sih.
Baju
Baju
langsir.
That means dia potong dari langsir, semua pattern sama. Tak baik tau korang.
But cute apa, semua sama-sama.
Yeah, but I would say that I'm really proud of kita punya Malay Muslim society. Our those that celebrating Hari Raya they are very proud to
Pakai
go
kita
out
punya baju raya.
Baju raya.
Baju raya.
Even
Yes,
for first day kita akan confirm nampak
Yes.
raya. Semua
It's
pakai.
Sama.
Kan?
Yeah,
it's very
it's very
meriah.
nice. Yeah.
Nampak nanti it's like a very natural thing. Sama Raya bang.
Yeah. Nanti walaupun lain rumah kan, macam selamat raya, padahal tak kenal.
Tak kenal.
I got one funny, not funny lah, but an incident that happened
Okay.
dulu bila I masih muda lagi. Me and my family first day raya, kita keluar naik kereta.
Alright.
Biasa naik kereta, drive. My dad was driving. Then suddenly kan, one boy dash out of the road.
Oh.
Dia pakai baju raya budak tu. Dia pakai baju
Okay.
raya and then
But
he
okay
dash out. But my father e-brake lah. Nasib tak langgar. So like
saya
really
tak langgar.
so close.
Yeah.
Then dia my dad horn, the one of the window. Dek, nak raya dek! Gitu.
Oh my god.
So the date
sayang nyawa ke?
ada budak tu macam sorry. So PSA please look after yourself during this raya.
Betul.
Nak cakap don't drink and drive, kita tak drink kan.
Safety first.
Safety
Nanti
first,
main bunga api ke apa,
Yeah.
lari-lari kan kat road. Jangan guys.
Same time kita dah pakai baju raya tu lawa-lawa, takkanlah kita nak tak cantik lah kalau kita nak dash the road ke
Jangan dash korang.
Jangan dash.
kita dah pakai baju Melayu ni kan.
Yes.
This beautiful clothes that we have, alhamdulillah. Kita kena jaga adab juga.
Yes.
Betul.
Kan, pasal we are representing the Malay culture tau.
Betul.
The
Pakai
Malay
baju
community.
Ya, so kalau kita gini habis perangai radi-radi tak elok lah.
I mean,
Kan nak jadi gadis Melayu dengan gadis
Betul.
lelaki Lelaki Melayu terakhir. So
Yes.
kena sopan santun sikit.
Sopan santun anak Melayu.
I mean, we understand lah. Hari Raya is a very festive, happy punya occasion.
Yes.
Tapi nak kena jaga nama baik orang Melayu juga lah.
Betul.
Kita boleh aja happy-happy. Tapi, jangan berlebihan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, enjoy the raya, pakai baju lawa-lawa tu. Apa nama dia? Kenalah kita jangan lupa untuk membersihkan kita punya kulit juga.
Yes.
betul.
Oh, what is korang punya like steps to get ready for raya?
Steps
Sebelum
to get
keluar
ready.
rumah.
Dulu bila I muda lah, younger, bila masih single dulu kan, I very vain.
Okay.
Memang
Sekarang pun
dulu-
masih.
Okay.
Well.
Okay.
So my routine back then selalunya malam, me and my sister, because I have 2 younger sisters, and my sisters are very particular about their skin. So kita malam raya kita akan pakai facial wash,
Face mask.
face mask. We really do it. I will take my
serious
sister's one, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, then
Okay.
everything.
Nice.
Pasal walaupun kalau buat satu malam aja mungkin tak ada efek sangat lah. Tapi
Betul.
kita macam tak apalah, last kopek lah.
Yeah,
Usaha
yeah,
lah
yeah,
kan.
yeah, yeah.
So kita, I will follow my sister do the skincare routine.
Oh, this is actually like not a lot of guys do skincare, right?
Yeah, kan?
Yeah, and it's good
Pasal
to see.
I feel that back then kan vain and bila gitu my kan I shared before in my secondary school years my skin was very bad. But when my skin got better, I wanted to look after it. Yeah, so I ikut lah my sister buat skincare routine and things like that because in a way it helps me to look better for photos.
Betul lah. Dia kan
Dia
vein
ada
kan.
hajat lah. Dia ada like aim in
Kalau dah
mind.
vein tu vein je cakap je.
But skincare is not just about vein.
Yeah, betul.
Yeah,
It's not all about skincare outside only.
Yes,
It's
correct.
also inside. That's right.
Lagipun I nak cakap jaga badan ni adalah amanah dari Allah untuk kita. Kita dikurniakan badan di dunia ini.
Satu
kita patut
saja.
jaga.
Betul.
Jaga badan kita ni.
So korang boleh jagalah badan korang dengan Lustre Skin System.
Yes, Lustre
Kan
system ni
promotion juga.
kan,
Oh,
there's
promotion,
it's a bundle promotion guys.
Betul.
Ada 3 barang dalam ni kan. I tahu.
Cik, dah expert say.
yeah.
Ada cleanser, ada
Ada toner
toner
dan
dengan
Skin
Skin Pro
Pro
tablet. Yes. So actually talking about like skincare and like persiapan raya to get ready also, I feel like lelaki pun, a lot of people always pay attention, oh perempuan selalu nak melawar time raya. But lelaki pun nak kena nampak handsome per time raya. Lelaki pun nak kena usaha. to look
Lelaki
good. So
manusia Melayu
Lelaki
terakhir.
Melayu.
Lelaki
Yeah.
Melayu. Yes, lelaki Melayu terakhir. So tak salah pun kalau you all nak buat skincare. And it's good to see like macam Yan, you know, jaga kulit. I feel like it's rare to see men trying skincare. Yeah.
Ada sikit lah pimple-pimple ni pun pasal tak cukup tidur.
Yeah. No one is perfect. No
Yeah,
one is
yeah.
perfect. But at least you can see improvement,
Yes.
you know.
Betul.
And then one more thing also about kita punya Lustre Skin System ni, 3 barang ni lelaki pun boleh pakai. So like
Yes.
why not you all can start your journey, you know?
Yeah.
betul.
Start your journey to better skincare with Lustre system.
Skin system.
Skin
Lustre
system.
Skin System.
Lustre Skin
Pasal
system.
apa tau, like I said, dulu bila I cuci muka ni semua, I pakai produk yang off the shelf aja.
Yes.
And most of it is, some of it are not good for my skin. Tapi I pakai juga pasal I tak tahu about this. But sekarang we are here to let you guys know that Lustre is here to help you.
Oh my god, speaking about off the shelf, I think it was like a month ago or something, we got this DM from one of a girl. She is from Malaysia.
Oh.
Okay. She had very bad korang boleh tengok kita post kat dia punya kita punya page.
We will,
Dia
we will
share
probably,
gambar.
we will probably share the gambar in this sekarang. Nampak,
She will,
nampak ni.
yes, dia hantar DM semua, okay. So she had very bad, it looks like cystic acne, like very very big acne. And then just like Yan, she tried off the shelf punya barang, but nothing works. And then nasib dia, kawan dia from Singapore, sent Skin Pro tablet to her over to Malaysia. So she herself tried it. I think she tried it last November. Then dalam 2-3 bulan gitu, when she take it consistently, kulit dia clear, babe. I think you guys can see on the screen now. Like it took her about like 3 months more or less to see the changes. So yeah, kalau korang face the same issue kan, like I always say this even on my live stream, you all tak nak percaya apa yang I share, you know, on air. You tengok apa customers kita semua cakap.
Yes, these are
Because if
real
it doesn't,
testimonials.
if it doesn't work kan. And fun fact, Skin Pro has been around for almost 20 years now. The first product that we came up with. And if it doesn't work, dia takkan ada kat sini lah. You know, like the product
People
life
won't be
cycle.
looking for it.
Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, and I love seeing all these testimonies because like wow, like oh my god, from they cannot find solution, you know, all the, because sometimes external skincare pun tak work, you know, your serums and stuff.
Yep.
So when they tried Skin Pro and then dorang usaha, dorang really stick and take Skin Pro consistently, you can see changes like this. It's like wow, it's like a miracle. So
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I think for them also having suffering for so long, right, to finally find something that works for them, right?
Yes.
I think they're very grateful lah.
Yes,
for Lustre
definitely.
Skin Pro tablet, guys.
Because yang penting, if external doesn't help, we look internally.
Yes, that is right.
So this skin system has Skin Pro tablets for the internal and the toner and cleanser for the external.
So macam double the protection.
Yeah.
Double the
Yes.
protection.
Kalau let's say pun kita walaupun dah minggu kedua of raya ni, tak terlambat juga. We can start now.
Betul.
Kita cubalah untuk membaiki kulit kita semua.
Skincare is a lifelong investment, guys.
Betul. Takkan
It's
raya je you
Ya,
nak slay.
betul. Takkan raya je. Lepas raya pun, mana tahu nak jumpa jodoh lepas raya.
Uish,
Dah
insyaAllah.
mesti pakai Lustre Skin System. Jadi nampak handsome, nampak lawa.
Betul.
Baru boleh cari
Husna dah
jodoh.
jumpa jodoh, Husna?
Jodoh.
This is the month lah kan. Tapi we'll bring that to the next part. I dah terfikir apa nak cakap.
Okay,
boleh.
boleh.
So for now, elevate your beauty with Lustre's range of skin supplements and essentials. Lustre's range of skin supplements and essentials.
Apa kau repeat
Prioritize your skin health and shine with confidence every day.
Lustre for skin that shine. Jangan lupa pakai promo code pakai promo code kita OUTSIDEIN untuk mendapatkan $5 off Lustre products. $5 guys. Okay, visit them at www.mylustre.com or contact them at 6275-4123. Bilang dorang I nak beli skin system. Okay,
Skin system.
Can also DM them at mylustre.mylife or find them on Facebook and TikTok at mylustre.
That's right.
Alright, so jangan lupa lepas this episode korang pergi call boleh berbual dengan Husna. InsyaAllah.
InsyaAllah. Kadang-kadang my colleague pass me the landline. Tak tahu orang call hotline. Can I say about Husna? Siapa siapa? Dan kena answer.
Husna ada fan club.
Husna fan club.
Tak, ni kerjanya bukan.
Okay lah guys.
So selamat Hari Raya and see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
We've come to the end of another episode of Outside In.
If you like what you hear, please follow us on all our socials, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify and YouTube.
Yes, share it with all of your friends and family members so that they can also benefit from this episode, insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
Alright, till next time. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.